into the camera and their hair is a little frizzy and they have no makeup on.
And people are hating because why?
Stating that they look like just like racist comments, comparing them to, I don't know. Yeah, I can't even repeat.
Wow.
Haters are commenting that they look like refugees. Someone comments, Sully has ugly eyes and Kuara looks like she's getting old. I bet all they do when they meet up is take pictures of each other. Hey, take a picture of me. They really have nothing going for them other than their skin tones, because now that the photo's in black and white, it's just ugly. Basically saying they're only pretty because they're pale. Another person comments, are they on drugs? This is a scandal. Then there's Soju Gate. Sully and Hara are live streaming on Instagram. Both girls are in their early 20s, so well above the drinking age. I mean, this is legal. It's the two of them. It looks like they're home. They're eating Korean barbecue, giggling, having a good time. When they look at the soju bottle and it's their friend on there, a fellow idol. So they're like, okay, then we got to do a taste test to support our friend. So the comments on this, as they're drinking the soju, reads, they don't seem normal in the head. This is so sick. Dumb bitches only upload pictures of themselves drinking every day. One and the same, these two. They're both has-beens who try so hard to get attention. They're not even drunk. They're just like taking a shot of soju. Then Kissgate. This is a whole scandal. The girls are celebrating Sully's 23rd birthday and there's these cute little gold balloons in the back. They're both wearing these matching dresses. Sully's in the pink version, Hara's in the blue version, which, side note, the dresses are super cute. They're almost like what you would wear as a kid on your birthday, but not in like a weird infantilization way. Just they're striped t-shirts. It looks very casual. It's actually quite innocent attire for a 23rd birthday. They're both standing there side by side in front of the balloons live streaming and they're taking pictures, and then they turn to look at each other and they jokingly pucker their lips and they lean in and they so barely touch their lips together. It reminds me of a kiss that a mom would give her toddler. Very like, mwah, like exaggerated, mwah, that type of kiss. The comments read, they're literally insane. I wonder if Hara knows today is Kara's 10th anniversary. Why is she harming their image? They got nothing to do and just want attention. Other comments are fully questioning their sexuality. They read, I think they're lesbians. Yeah, I'm afraid the two will announce that they're dating in the future. It looks like they're at least going to come out as bisexual soon. You think they're seriously doing it? I think they did it with each other. This was a controversy. A controversy. Those were the controversies the girls faced together in 2017, but Sully is in a few controversies of her own that same year. The first controversy starts with an Instagram picture, and an article is written about it titled, Does Sully Dream of Becoming the Kim Kardashian of Korea?
When was the last time I took a road trip? How many national parks could I hit in 2 weeks? What about hotels? Wait, hey Erica, how much am I spending on travel?
What?
The photo in question is of her laying on the floor mattress. There's like a mattress on the floor. She's wearing a slip dress. She's laying down and smiling at the camera. Again, the picture is only very sexual if you want it to be. It seems like she's hanging out with the girls and someone takes a photo of her. All of their scandals is very much girlhood. Like everything that they do are things that just girls typically do. She's laying on the floor chit-chatting with her girls. Someone takes a picture. She's not trying to be sexy. She's not trying to be perceived a certain way. She's literally just like eating popcorn with the girls. The birthday photo that they kiss, again, nothing is inherently sexual about it. It's just kind of how girls enjoy each other's company, I guess you would say.
And I think these people are actually sexualizing them.
Yes.
Like-
nothing is sexual about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, truly, maybe she's not wearing pants, but it's not like she's flashing anyone or posing in a suggestive manner on the floor mattress. But the article written for this one picture reads, on March 3rd, Sully posted a photo of herself lying down in a skimpy slip that went viral. In the photo, Sully appears to be wearing no bottoms, and her provocative pose sparked the sexual imagination.
Crazy.
Sully's behavior is reminiscent of Kim Kardashian in the United States, constantly posting photos on social media that emphasize her sexuality, including close-ups of her body parts and revealing outfits. The article goes on to not so subtly, not so nicely, state that Sully is posting a lot of sexual photos and doing everything that she can, but showcasing real talent. They say, if she has any, we wouldn't know. Comments on the article read, please don't ever compare her to Kim Kardashian. There's such a huge gap in their bodies to ever compare them to. Do you not see the major difference between her and Kim Kardashian? Like I said, their bodies are not even comparable.
Wait, so they're shitting on her because they're saying she's not even as sexy as Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, because she's not even trying to be
Yeah.
sexy. Yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah. At least Kim Kardashian is voluminous. Sully seems to think that she has a hot body with the way that she keeps exposing it all the time when she actually doesn't, which is what makes her even more annoying. Sully's nothing more than an attention whore who has awakened to the life of having a big D. I will say again, both the girls had steadfast supporters and fans. Most of the girlies are supporting them at this point. They're just like, just leave them alone is the sentiment. Let them do their thing. They're not hurting anybody. They're having fun. If that bothers you, just click off. But every little thing that they do becomes news and everyone wants to just hate on them. But by far, Sully's biggest controversy to date is Nipplegate. That's what they call it. It's so dramatic. But she posted a picture of herself on Instagram wearing a pretty thick tank top. And through the fabric, I guess if you're staring quite hard, you can see the outline of her nipples. On another one where she's sitting in a long sleeve shirt, you can see the outline again of her breasts. And both the outfits, not that it matters, are incredibly modest. Like they're just regular pieces of clothing. She just happens to not be wearing a bra. But it seems like this is some netizens' first time understanding human anatomy because one comment reads, "If I was her friend, I would tell her to delete Instagram. Why has she changed so much?" I mean, this reminds me of the quote to ruin a woman is to call her a slut in public. That's it. That's all it takes. And that's what they're doing to Sully. And it's pretty clear the negative comments, the cyberbullying, it's getting to Sully. She posts on Instagram a picture promoting her boyfriend's new song. The picture itself, this is Cheja. Her rapper boyfriend. And the picture itself is a funny image of her drinking soju. It's like a meme. And the caption reads, "There was a time when I thought it would be nice if I would never wake up from my sleep. Then my boyfriend showed me this song and it made me feel better and more stable. This is why I cried. I uploaded this post as a fan because the song was so good." Likely not helping Sully's mental state at the time is later in 2017, Sully and Cheja will announce their breakup. Meanwhile, Seungri, he's on top of the world. This is after he's facilitated the sex work of over 29 different women. This is after those text messages evading taxes for his business. He's made it onto the Forbes 30 under 30 list, obviously under his group Big Bang. But even outside of Big Bang's activities, he ends up opening up 2 new clubs, one in Seoul, another one in China. He also states that his ramen business is bringing in like $200,000 a month. Yeah.
Didn't you see the video that the Big Bang members were talking about him?
Yes. Yeah. I get into it.
Oh,
it's a
okay,
whole
okay.
thing. But yeah, I mean, he ends up opening up 2 clubs, one in Seoul, one in China. Again, like I said, this is not Burning Sun, but this is one of his business ventures. It's called Monkey Museum, which will later be under investigation for suspicion of tax evasion. And he starts promoting his new business venture, a cancer diagnosis kit. He announces while Big Bang was on stage at a Q&A panel, Seungri announces that he basically will cure cancer. This is obviously a full-blown exaggeration on my part, but he is weird. He tells the audience that prior to this, the only way to diagnose someone with cancer is to have them go to an oncologist, a doctor. They'll have to run scans and x-rays. It's a lot. But he's going to develop a cancer diagnosis kit where you can just essentially take an at-home test to see if you have cancer using your urine. G-Dragon tells him on stage to, as nicely as he can on stage, shut up. Basically, stop talking.
What?
He tells him, don't talk about things unless you can confirm these things. Like, make sure you do testing before you start talking about it publicly.
Oh, so he's talking about something that he's looking to do or he's
Yes.
planning on launching.
Yes.
And
And-
G-Dragon was like, what are you talking about?
And why
Make
are you...
sure.
Why are you doing this right now at a Big Bang event? Why are you talking like this? What are you talking about? And also,
Yeah.
this is such a sensitive topic. Why?
Yeah,
what
yeah,
are you
yeah.
even saying? You're not even someone in the medical field.
Yeah.
You're a random idol. Please stay in your lane. That's
Yeah.
literally what G-Dragon is saying. But Seungri keeps going and stating that clinical trials were already complete. He would have a prototype March 2017, which he does not. And this was actually not a scandal at all.
This never came out, right?
Nope.
Okay.
And it was not a scandal, even though it really should have been. 2018, the photographer that did the Lolita baby oil shirt, the photo shoot for Sully and Hara, is investigated for sexually harassing a model. He is found guilty and sentenced to 8 months in prison. The girls worked with him 2 years prior and had no clue about any of these allegations, but they would still be dragged in the mud for working with a guy like this after the fact.
Oh, so he was charged.
Yes, 2
And then-
years after their
Right.
photo shoot.
But people bring back the girls.
Yeah, and they're like, how dare you work with someone like this? Like, if you support people like this, you're obviously messed up. I can't believe you would ever reach out to him to do a photo shoot. You support the sexual harassment of other women? Yeah. Became a whole controversy all over again. In 2018, Kuara has a rumored self-exit attempt. One news headline reads, "Self-exit attempt rumors." Kuara reps say that she was getting treatment for a sleep disorder. The agency denies her self-exit attempt, and it's unclear if it was or was not, although later she will have other attempts. But regardless, the comments read, as if she would die and leave all of her investment buildings behind. Haha. Kuara seems way too greedy and self-centered to actually die. Oh yeah, she'd totally die and leave all that money behind, for sure. Do you guys know her net worth? Why would she leave any of that? Never worry for a celebrity, especially one that owns her own buildings. How to cure insomnia? Go do a hard labor job for a day and you'll sleep like a baby. She'll sleep just fine if she works hard labor for 2 days and eats cup ramen in place of meals. I notice that people who are bored with nothing to do and no physical work in their lives, they have sleep disorders. She hasn't been working at all these days, so why does she have a sleep disorder? Does she just stay up all night playing games? In 2018, Kuara goes on a variety show called My Beauty Diary, and she meets a hairstylist, a celebrity stylist by the name of CJ, Choi Chong-bom. He's known as the wannabe Yoo Ah-in, a South Korean actor that's very famous. CJ, the ex-boyfriend, has a pretty big reputation of being a pretty boy in Gangnam. Yeah. The two meet on a variety show and they start dating. Friends close to Hara would later say, things are just not going well. Even before the revenge video incident, they stated that when CJ would get drunk, his behavior would completely change. He was just this delusionally jealous boyfriend. Every time Hara would go out to work, he would accuse her of cheating on him, and he would start these exhausting, never-ending arguments. By the end of 2018, the situation with CJ will be made public, how he had threatened her with intimate videos of both of them, and the search Kuara sex video will start trending. By the end of the year, Kuara does a fan meet. And just compare this to JJY and Seungri's fan meets, where they end up sending inappropriate videos after the fan meet. Seungri, it was illegal filming versus actual assault. But JJY, he was charged with gang R-word after the fan meet. So just think about their fan meets. Kuara does a fan meet where she brings a letter that she wrote, and at the end of the fan meet, she gets up and she says, there were so many things that this year happened, from happy to sad, and I also thought at one point it would be the end, but then there were fans that encouraged me even in that situation. So I just want to express my sincere gratitude. I'm sorry for constantly making you guys worried, and thank you. There's still a lot more I want to do, and I'm going to keep going for all the fans that have been waiting. I'm going to be very active in Japan and Korea in the future, so thank you. And she starts tearing up. Meanwhile, Burning Sun officially opens in 2018, has been open and operating with a lot of success for most of the year. Throughout the year, women are going to the police to report suspicious activities and instances of having just one singular drink or a few sips of a drink straight from the bar, not having any recollection of the rest of the entire night. The police do nothing about it. By the end of 2018, Burning Sun starts unraveling. The situation with the guy that gets punched in the club gets released. Authorities start their investigation into the club, and at first, Seungri tries to play it off as a few employees who have gone rogue. They hit a club goer, he didn't know about this, but the deeper people start digging, a lot more starts coming out about just how shady this club actually is. It is at the end of 2018, the tech whistleblower will send 3 USB sticks to the attorney with all the evidence. 2019 is when everything starts falling apart. CJ is out using his opportunity to build a career out of the whole revenge video scandal. So this is Kuara's ex-boyfriend.
How are people not canceling him for, or even calling him out for what he did to Kuara?
Yeah, they are, but it's nowhere near as how they're calling out Kuara for the smallest things.
So you're saying that even though people realize he's like doing all of this behind the
Yes.
scenes, he still has supporters.
Yeah, so I was actually listening to a very fascinating lawyer who was describing the situation of law in Korea. And she said, if you are ever planning on moving to Korea as a woman, just know this, that in Korea, if a woman makes a few small mistakes and a man makes one big mistake, the man never actually made a mistake. Like, let's say you go to a bar. A woman makes a bunch of mistakes, quote, mistakes. She gets drunk. This is what she's wearing. Maybe she didn't, tell her friend. Maybe she shouldn't have been out. And then a man essays her. Well, because she made all these mistakes, that man's mistake, it's not a mistake, but you get it, doesn't count. He never made one. And then there's another comparison that she said, which is if a man has multiple mistake after mistake after mistake, and a woman has one mistake, they're the same. They're equals. They have both made mistakes.
Yeah, I can see how this is literally this case.
Yeah. So CJ is out using this as an opportunity to build his career. He straight up opens up a new salon and promotes it in his apology letter on Instagram. And while he's out there doing that, Hara is involved in another scandal. I don't even, every time I say scandal or controversy, just know that this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Again, she did nothing scandalous. She posted a picture onto Instagram and her angry commenters start freaking out, accusing her of getting work done because she looks so, quote, different. Her double eyelids look deeper. That's the accusation. Kuara responds to a netizen saying that she had a medical issue where, because of a muscle twitch, her eyelids would start drooping and it was really bothering her, so she had them retouched. I'm imagining that she had some extra skin clipped, which is something that a lot of people do, especially as you get older, because it gets heavier. It's not that big of a deal. Even if it was just purely cosmetic, it's not that big of a deal. And the comments keep coming. You lost your charm. Your previous face was prettier. I can't believe you would get plastic surgery. Ugh, you're so vain. After everything that's happened, you still just care about your looks.
That is crazy.
It's her literal
Literally,
career.
Yeah, this is K-pop. What are you talking about?
Some say she's too ugly. Some say she looks old. And then she tries to get work done and it's not even cosmetic. They get upset. Oh, that's another thing. This is a complete side note, but it's so interesting that in the K-pop world, especially through K-netizens, they don't like it when idols get plastic surgery. But they don't like it when their idols don't look perfect. When one netizen commented, "Why are you doing plastic surgery?" I think Kuara just got fed up with everyone saying all these things, harassing her for getting a medical procedure. And even if it was solely for the purpose of feeling better in her own skin, even if it was purely cosmetics, so what? So she comments back to the netizen, "Is getting correctional medical surgery a sin?" Which I personally don't find mean. It's a bit snappy, maybe, if you read it that way, but given the situation, the context, the other comments she's receiving, it's probably one of the nicest ways to respond. Another comment from a netizen reads, "You looked prettier before you had the surgery." Hara responds, "Thank you for thinking that way." Which honestly, again, not rude at all. I would argue the comment left by the netizen is actually rude. Kuara, again, said the nicest thing that could be said to that. The internet does not agree. They rip her apart for being, quote, rude to fans. Kuara had to delete her comments and formally apologize, which is just unhinged. After everything we already know that she's been through with her ex-boyfriend and all of this is really what we're doing right now. And I get it. Some people might say, "Oh, I hate when celebrities create unrealistic beauty standards by denying that they've had surgeries. It sends the wrong message to young girls who think that they'll just be born looking like that." That cannot even be applied to this case. Hara has openly admitted to having work done in the past. In the beginning of her career, she stated that she gets filler injections on her nose, she had braces to fix her teeth, and she had a double eyelid redefined in the beginning of her career. Which, side note, I would really hardly call that getting work done, but still, people are just mad at her. She later posts another Instagram picture with a lengthy caption, basically trying to get everyone to understand where she's coming from. She wasn't trying to be rude to a fan. She writes, "Ever since I debuted at a young age, I've suffered from a lot of malicious comments and psychological pain. Of course, there was a reason I got eye surgery at that young age. One of the reasons why was because I no longer wanted to be hurt by the uncomfortable feeling in my right eye from my muscle twitch. I feel it's better for me to be confident about the things that I want to be confident in. I never once thought I should take action against these malicious commenters. I'm always someone who just lives each day the best as I can. So I hope you can look upon me nicely, no matter what I look like now. I promise I'll continue to work hard to become a better person who takes responsibility for her words." A month later, Kuara attempts self-exit. Hara posts onto her Instagram, I'm tired of pretending that I'm happy and everything is okay. I don't want to cause concern and be a burden amongst other people. 5 days later, she posts another cryptic Instagram picture with just one word: goodbye. After seeing this, Hara's manager starts freaking out, tries to call her, but call after call just keeps going to voicemail. They panic, rush to her apartment, where they find her unconscious. She is rushed to the hospital, and thankfully, they are able to save her. This is her first verified public self-exit attempt, but later her brother will admit that she's tried a few times prior. She takes to Instagram to address the whole situation. Her first statement is basically a formal apology. She writes, "I'm sorry for causing concern and causing a big scene. In terms of health, I am recovering. I have been in agony for a number of overlapping issues, but from now on, I will harden my heart and try to show up healthy. I will overcome it and show you the best Hara possible." A little while later, her second post addresses the hate comments she's still getting. She writes, "I will take action against malicious comments in the future. There's no excuse for malicious comments. For my mental health's sake, I want to become a person that you can look at with pretty eyes." So she's basically saying, you don't like me? Like, I want to be someone you can like for the own sake of my mental health so you won't bully me anymore. Like, she's basically saying, I want to be that person too, okay? And say things with pretty words and a pretty heart, but depression is not easy. People say, I'm too comfortable and that's why I'm depressed. My life is all thanks to the hard work that I've put in. Don't you know that you too might be depressed and sick too if you're leaving these types of comments? Where are the pretty people where are the pretty hearts that find broken hearts together and wrap their loving arms around them together? I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna overcome it and become positive and show you a better side of me. You should try that too. She's talking to the haters. Celebrities aren't people just making a living off publicity. They have to be more careful about their personal lives than anybody else. And more than anybody else, they have a pain that they can't talk to others about. Even if they do, most people don't understand it. You're free to speak your mind and you can think about who you are, but you should think about who you are, what kind of person you are, before you spread that kind of hatred. Personally, I think it's really beautifully worded. I think it's a nice message for the people who have been cyberbullying her for a few months, if not years. A lot of comments agree. They write, "You're right. Society needs to start getting rid of kids who leave hate comments that are too harsh to even put into words. Don't go easy on the hate commenters." So in Korea, you can actually take legal action against malicious comments. But others read, "Leaving hate comments is bad, but it's not like you're any better. What I earned through working hard?" Is she implying that we commoners don't try hard enough to obtain the same kind of wealth? She's so out of touch. She can just stay off social media. It's not like she really expects to hear only praise every day. Geez, is that what she wants? Others commented that she's going to look back at her self-exit attempt in a few years and cringe. They accuse Kuhara of being an attention whore and state that true attention whores never actually die because they're already satisfied with the attention that they get from it. Almost immediately after that, during the first trial against her ex-boyfriend that took the videos and photos of her, he was given an 18-month suspended sentence. That means
he's out.
Yes, so he's given 18 months, but as long as he does not commit a crime in the next 3 years while he's free, he doesn't need to serve the 18 months. Basically, he doesn't have to go to jail. The judge in the case stated, CJ did hurt Kuhara in the process of their breakup, and he also threatened to end her life as a celebrity by sharing their sex video. However, we understand he did not plan on committing these crimes. The sex video was not recorded against Kuhara's will. The video was never actually leaked or shared with the public. They're basically saying he didn't plan to do it. He threatened her, but then he didn't actually do it. So,
Wow.
Thus, the court concludes to give Choi Jong-bum a suspended sentence with a probation period. So you're telling me it's okay to blackmail someone as long as you don't actually go through with it? So is it okay to in-depth fully plan to harm, I don't know, let's say a judge, but then as long as you get caught before you go through with harming them physically, it should be fine. The judge should be okay with it. Like a threat against his own life, it's just a threat. I didn't actually do anything. The court continues. While Choi did not get Ku's full consent to the video, so like they're going back on their word, did not get her full consent to the video to record the sexual activity. Those two were in fact involved in a romantic relationship at the time of the recording, and Gu did not specifically stop Choi from recording either. This is giving, oh, you can't essay your wife because you guys are married. That's what it's giving.
Yeah, I think that's what they believed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2019 is a very rough year for Kuwara. After her self-exit attempt, after the depressing verdict from the court, she takes the first step to reach out to reporter Kang to tell her, I heard you've been writing about Burning Sun. I was friends with them. I think I can help you. In 2019, Sully, so this is Sully, not Kuwara, posts a picture of flowers on her Instagram. The caption reads, abolition of laws punishing abortion. Today is an honorable day. Freedom to choose for all women. Some comments, and this is 2019, so it's pretty recent. Comments read, abolition of anti-abortion laws isn't a matter that should solely be celebrated, but she's so happy about it. Sully, stop acting like you're woke. Everyone can tell by your actions that you're just stupid. Sully pretends to be aware of things thanks to the backing of social media, but we all know that her brain is empty. Sully's gone crazy posting I wonder what her parents are like. 2019 is not a good year for Seungri either, JJY and Choi of FT Island. JJY is arrested and reporters hound him at the airport. There's a female reporter that approaches him and is like, is everything you said in the messages true? Because the Kakao messages get leaked at this point. And he just responds, sorry. And all the reporters, it turns into a mosh pit at the airport. The reporters keep asking, is it true that you secretly filmed women? And he's just holding on to this one bodyguard for dear life. After the airport incident, he publicly announces that he will be quitting the entertainment industry, which is a lie because he's coming back. And he states that he has indeed committed crimes. He writes, I admit to all my crimes. I filmed women without their consent and shared it in social media chat rooms without any guilt. More than anything, I would like to apologize to the women who appeared in those videos and who have learned of this hideous truth as the incidents come to light. He is promptly arrested and he will be sentenced to 5 years in prison. Choi is quickly arrested as well. And by mid-2019, things kind of start looking better for the girls. Maybe the tides are shifting. Kuwara signs with a new Japanese agency. She releases her first single as a soloist. Kuwara's own brother says, obviously, things don't just magically disappear. Her depression is still there, but it appeared that she was feeling more stable. He says, she looked better than I thought she would. She was even encouraging her brother and her sister-in-law to go visit a doctor. She was helping pay for their doctor's visits so that they could try and have a baby. And she just was really excited to be an aunt. It seemed like she was entering this new phase in her life. Same with Sully. Sully does an interview addressing the hate comments. She literally goes on a show called Night of the Hate Comments, where the hosts bring on celebrity guests and read comments with them to talk about it and address them to a degree. It's kind of like Jimmy Kimmel, the celebrities reading mean tweets, but a bit more discourse. The celebrities will usually talk to the host about how the comment makes them feel, if there's any validity to them, if they're true, if they're not, why it started. In one mean comment, they talk about Sully being an attention seeker, to which she responds, I think it's a valid comment because aren't we all attention seekers at the end of the day? Like, don't we all kind of want attention and love? So it's like, I feel like she's very in tune with emotions and people.
I feel like they are being more authentic on social media. They show a little bit more commonly shown as the K-pop idol image, and they get bullied for that.
Meanwhile, these three guys have the perfect image and they're committing some of the most heinous crimes in the K-pop world behind the scenes. It's like out of this world. I mean, all these girls want to do is post some creative photos and just be artsy. They're just very creative. The host asks her, is that why you continue to post no bra pictures, even though you know that you're going to get some crazy reactions and cause a big controversy? So these are talking about how she posts pictures without bras on. And she said, when I first posted pictures of me without a bra, there were so many different reactions. And I do think that, yeah, I could have gotten scared and just hid and never posted those things again, but I didn't. I kept posting because I wanted people to realize it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted the prejudices to disappear. She said how at one fan meet, a fan came up to her and whispered, 언니, I'm not wearing a bra today. And Sully gave her the thumbs up because I want to break that mold on society and show that no bra is no big deal. I think it's about freedom of the individual. Bras aren't even good for your health. They have a wire. They're not good for digestion. I have digestive issues. So it's just much more comfortable for me not to wear them. And I think it's very free and honestly beautiful. To me, bras are like accessories. Some clothing, it looks better with a bra. Some clothing, it doesn't look as good with a bra, so I don't wear one. She's handling it with so much grace, honestly. And I think she's trying to be, again, as transparent as possible. She even says, when I would meet people in the past, even before I said hello, I felt the need to explain, wait, whatever you read about me, please forget it. That's not who I am. Those rumors aren't true. She said meeting people was so stressful. At one point, the situation got so bad, she started fearing for her safety, that all that hate was going to manifest in real life, meaning if all these people hate her online, what are the odds that she's going to run into one of them in person? She was very scared. She starts getting massively paranoid. She would take alleyways when she goes out, avoiding public spaces. She always felt like cameras were following her around. The hosts agree that Sulli is like the nuclear bomb of hate comments. She gets so much hate for no reason at all. They ask her, what makes you happy? Like, what do you do to stay happy through all these comments? To which she responds, my life is actually pretty empty, so I feel like I'm lying to everyone by pretending to be happy on the outside. There was really never truly a time where I was really happy. Another host said, their heart ached for Sulli because how much suffering does one have to go through to say that you've never truly been happy? When she was asked about how she wanted the world to see her, she said, I think I just wish people would look at me and think, oh, I guess there's someone like that exists. And just accept the difference, that not everybody is identical. They don't have to like me, but just, people like that exist as well. But of course, that is not what netizens decide to focus on. Instead, they won't stop talking about her September 28th, 2019 live stream. She goes on a live stream while doing her hair and makeup, and honestly, in the video, she looks kind of depressed. She looks somber. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares to check in on her or see if she's okay. She's wearing one of those thin ropes that you tie around your waist, and as she's doing her hair near the end, because of the way that her arms are moving and the camera angle, her breast is exposed. By accident. Comments start flooding. Why are you never wearing a bra? Even when you're hanging out with your male friends, what's the reason? How are you so confident without wearing a bra? Again, that comment could be interpreted as nice, but it's not, because prior to all of this, throughout her scandals of not wearing a bra, a lot of people mocked her, saying that someone with breasts like hers shouldn't even be confident enough to be outside without a bra. Sulli responds to those comments, I don't get what's wrong. This is my personal freedom. October 14th, 2019, Sulli's manager has been trying to get in contact with her since the night before, but she's not picking up. She missed her scheduled press events that day, and the manager starts looking for her and finds her in her home. After her death, an entry from Sulli's diary was made public, and it reads, I haven't written in this diary for a really long time. Today I dreamed that my teeth fell out. I didn't feel very happy about that. I went to the recording and saw a video of myself, and I look really dirty and ugly. I feel embarrassed thinking people are going to be pointing at me and evaluating me. Why can't I be more confident? If I think about it, I feel like I'm still influenced by the hurt that remains in my heart from a long time ago, despite not being able to remember very well. I've never received infinite love. Dad left me even though I didn't do anything wrong. I felt like mom might leave me too if I misbehave, so I forgot about myself and I followed her opinions and her wishes. Side note, Sulli does have a very complicated relationship with her mom. Friends say that Sulli was obsessed with her mom, so obsessed, loved her, followed her around like best friends. And Sulli started in the industry as a child star. Her mom is the one that managed all of her finances. Even later when she debuts and becomes of age, she lets her mom handle it all. It's not until later she decides, hey, maybe I should try investing or something by myself. And her mom tells her there's nothing. Nothing at all. All those years, the traumatic years of working in the industry as a child, her mom blew through all of her money.
My God.
Not only that, her mom has been receiving advance payments for all of Sulli's work from SM Entertainment. Not only is her mom spending all of Sulli's money, but she's spending all of her future money. Allegedly, their relationship was never the same after that. In her diary, Sulli does speak very highly of Cheja, though, her ex-boyfriend, the rapper that was 14 years older than her, and the relationship made a lot of people turn on her at the time, which I have very complicated feelings about massive age gap relationships, especially when the person that's younger is so close to the legal age limit. But a lot of people turned it on her, which is weird. I just didn't expect that. Usually it's on the older person because they bear more responsibility. They're the one with the power imbalance, right? But I think with this situation, it's kind of hard to really hate him because just the way she speaks about him. She writes in her diary, today I went to the nail salon with Cheja. She uses his real name.